Time to fly, time to fly. Never give up, we won't retreat. The ones who stand up.
Okay, legends, welcome back to the channel with another Fighter Duel video, and I'm sorry for the lack of videos for this period because the new games have been released and I'm preparing for many things and I got sponsors to work with, so everything is happy, my channel is growing, and if you support me you'd understand and you'd wish me the best of luck. So now we have Rose, Banquet Rose, we have her event. I've been lacking, I didn't play consistently, I've not been doing my best. It's not because I'm lazy or something, but I've been busy. If you checked my channel, I'm playing Overlord game, the Lord of Nazareth. Go give it a try. It's a really fun game. It's one of my best anime, so I'm a fan, so I'm supporting it and playing it. It's again by Crunchyroll and A+. I know, yeah. They make top tier games, but their transactions and their practices are horrible, and I'm against that. So in the first fight that I played against Rose, I was autoing, and I manualed once, and I was in a good spot, and I never played it again. I just autoed every day. I got rank 20. That's not bad. Here, I did give it a push, I did a try, I was autoing the first day, the second day, and now today I was autoing, and I was like, let me give it a try and show you the lineups, because you'll do better than me if you have better units, plus if you have something like Flame Chun, that would help you do more scores. So we ranked 11 so far. Big shout out to Gagon and Emperor, they're doing great actually. The numbers are, the gap between the first, second, and third, between the first and second, to the third, to the 10th are absolutely horrible. Like, look at this, 3 billion, almost 2 billion, all of us, and then 4 billion the third place, and fourth place 6 billion, first place almost 8 billion, which is absolutely insane. I will show you the lineups that they're rocking. Of course, Emperor have his own strategy. We've been talking lately. I joined his guild actually. Fresh air, new guild, new experience. Let me check how it goes. And he's doing great actually. He's playing Fire Adon with Flame Chun, and of course he's playing Taos Gan. Taos Gan is a replacement or another let's say Rich Honda. He's a Rich Honda, but a mini version of him, a little bit inconsistent with his debuffing, but with his buffing is really great, because his buffs give you defensive and offensive, which is really great, and it's keeping the line surviving, because you need defensive buffs against Overlord Bison. He's absolutely a menace, and I'll be talking about his skill and how we negate it, of course, with Zangief. If you see me playing Zangief, it means you know what to do, and if you're doing it, you are legends and so smart. So he's playing this lineup and he's doing unbelievably good scores, and look at the healing, the amount of healing from Taos Gan, which is really great. Now the second team, everybody has or should have this team. Now of course he's using Diviner Rose, which is absolutely great. It's removing the buffs or the debuffs from them, dispelling them, giving them extra crit damage by 30% with her FS30, and giving some heals, which is really great. Michelangelo will not die, Bison will not die, and Overlord Bison will not die, so use anybody who you see fit. I use a character that is not very well built for me. I'll be replacing that and using something else, but so far it's working and it gives me a good result, so I'll be showing that for you as well. The third team, he's using the Visconde Vega, and Visconde Vega works perfectly with Gouken here. So if you're using Gouken, you need a healer and you need a support or a buffer or a debuffer. So Athlete Chun-Li gives you the orbs. It's a defensive buffs that you will not take ranged damage or mitigating soul damage. Of course, if you want to play somebody else, if you don't have, let's say you don't have Summer Elena, you want to mitigate the damage on your lineup, you can just drop passively and never use him. Balrog will mitigate with his passive a little bit of the soul damage that the team takes. That will help you a little bit. Balrog is not totally garbage. With his passive, he helps. His assist helps as well versus these. So you can play Balrog if you want on top of Visconde Vega to protect him a little bit, or play him on the lineup. Keep that in mind. On the third, or the last lineup, the TMNT, of course, we will not be playing Action Guy. Action Guy will die actually here because the spam of Overlord Bison, or you can play with the C2, something like Zangief. Very smart, well played Emperor. This is so smart. Actually, he knows what he's doing, so you can play him with his C1, 6 out of 6 cards, negates the passive of Overlord Bison. What does Overlord Bison do with his passive? When an enemy unleashes super combo, summon a vortex beneath them, beneath a random enemy, the vortex will continuously draw enemies in an area dealing damage, blah blah blah, soul damage, which will kill you. And this is a passive every time you unleash a super. So whenever you hit him with the C2 of Zangief, he will never use his passive again, and he will attack you with his auto attacks. So let's go and check what my lineups did. So first lineup, horrible, as you see. Second lineup, relatively okay. Second lineup horrible, and last lineup is doing okay, and we can go to the 1 billion actually if I play the rotations perfectly. It's the double Bison with Michelangelo, and of course you can play anybody as a buffer from there. Of course, if you have Diviner Rose, just like Emperor what was using, you will be safe and you'll do massive numbers. As you see, I'm at SS plus 30 on my Overlord Bison, not fully maxed. I still hit good numbers, so if you have him built more than me, 100% you're gonna deal almost double the damage or 50% of the damage that I did extra to your lineup. The TMNT did horribly here. I did better runs with them. I got to the 600. So 600, I will achieve it later. So I'm gonna hit the top 10. I'm not really trying to my best to get to the top 10. I'm just showcasing you the lineups that works and the synergy that works. Why I'm using Rose in the second position. So just for her to drop the turrets. If we drop low on HP, she will get us back to the HP that we were supposed to be, like rewind the time. This is her mechanic, and I'm using FS plus 30 on my Donatello. How did I get Donatello? Because they gave us a Starlight. I had a copy of Donatello, I fused it and I made him to S, and then my Starlight got returned back, so everything happy dandy. And now at plus 30 he will protect your entire lineup without dying for first time or one time at least when you have the tech shield. And we're having Raphael. Raphael is so important on this lineup. Play him because of his scars, furious scars that he inflict on the boss, so damage reduction more and more. And Leonardo, of course, everybody has got him built. He's absolutely a menace versus this boss, and this is how much damage we did. Raphael helped a little bit. If I had a little bit of investment on Raphael, I would be doing a little bit more damage. And this lineup, how I'm playing it, I'm not playing Street Poison on the main lineup. I'm playing her intact position just to keep her surviving, because if the Vortex are up front, I will be doing the C1 from behind and she will be keeping protected. I'm using Virgil EX to keep me surviving a little bit, and we did relatively good damage and a good score. Rich Honda helped a little bit with the damage, and Zangief with his C2 did 50 million. 50 million, absolutely great, because he heals himself as well. And I'm using Witch Jury on top of Fire Aidon, so it will keep me surviving. And these are the EX moves that I'm using. So let's go and dive into the replay and check how it's working. So I'm gonna go at 4 speed and show you everything. I'm playing double Able with Visconti Vega. Probably you're asking why am I doing this and I'm playing Summer Elena in the tag position, because he needs a lot of heal. My suit Able will heal him and gives shields, and Summer Elena will heal and get a little bit of immunity and shields from the C1 of Able. So I start Visconti Vega, Able, suit Able, Visconti Vega, and I'm using 2 healing EX moves, and still it was not enough and we did wipe, because this is how much soul damage is great, because it's equivalent to true damage, but it's not true damage. So 1 combo, then 2, and here I go 2 combo. This is the second combo, and I think by the third combo we say bye-bye. So here we're healing, we're good on shields. I dropped healing again, and I have 8 seconds to use my other EX. I should have waited a little bit, but I didn't. I went immediately and we got another Vortex. So double Vortex under us. That's a mistake from me. I should wait with Visconti Vega. Just give him time to the damage of the Vortex to soak in, and you get a heal from your EX move. Then you apply super, you get another Vortex, but it's not 2 together, so it's not double the damage on top of your head. So don't go back to back with that. It's not good. Similar to the TMNT, you don't need to stack 3 bars. You go and at 2.4 or 2.3 bars, you start. Why? Because you want to do it slowly. If you start back to back, you'll immediately wipe. This is how I got the 600 million before. I just played it slowly. So on auto, this works perfectly. They intentionally are doing these bosses for auto players, specifically for paying players. So keep that in mind. I know what Crunchyroll and A+ are doing here. They're just trying to push the agenda of auto just for players that paid feel more welcome to the game. And this is horrible in my opinion, because this is a strategy game supposed to be for smart people, and even whales that pay and compete with each other, you're supposed to be smart, not autoing a game just because you paid money. And actually you're paying money and the game is playing itself. Where's the fun? I don't understand. So here we go. We start with Leonardo, then the shields from Donatello, then C2 from Rose, then the C3 of Leonardo again. As you see, we drop almost 0 HP, then we get back up to HP with Donatello, but this time he died because he procced his immunity and he didn't get the tech shield again to proc his immunity again. So that happened to us, and we did this score. And now for what lineup? What did I show? Did I show the... No, I didn't show this lineup. So this lineup is going this way. We also wait for 3 bars, and then we start with Rich Honda, C1 from C-Poison as always, C2 from Zangief, and C3 from our beloved Fire Adon. And we put him back there in the end because we gonna keep pushing him with our Zangief. It doesn't matter. The first fire walls will not matter actually, because we're not gonna deal a lot of damage. We're gonna keep pushing him and pushing him until he goes back. And here we started pushing him. And bam, you see all of this stage behind us, we're not getting any damage, we're not getting any vortex, and Street Poison and Honda will be a little bit safer. So as you see, Street Poison drops in the middle, so she's not gonna take a lot of damage. And I've dropped the EX here. Maybe I shouldn't drop the EX because Honda survived. Basically he dies here, but he survived and we kept dealing damage. And I tried to go with him again before everything starts to wipe, and he wiped us, but I started another combo with Fire Adon just to deal a little bit of damage, and then we got wiped by his super combo from Overlord Bison, which is really great. This is actually a good number. This team carried me alongside with this team. Let me show you how this team worked. And I'm using the every EX that buffs attack and give you damage and stuff, but I started with Cammy and Vega EX. Why? Because I want to start a super combo and ramp up the damages of Overlord Bison, the enemy. Because every time he will do these, he will inflict more damage on me. Then the explosions, the passive explosions from Bison and Overlord Bison will absolutely kill him. And as you see here, I'm just waiting a little bit. I start the combo and use the C1. I don't want my athlete Chun-Li to get hit. I want to buff myself as much as possible. There's one orb in the middle, as you see in the screen. Well, now we're gonna get another orb from her, and she's going bye-bye. As you see, she's taking a lot of damage with 2 orbs, and then the 3rd orb will happen. I waited a little bit, I dropped her, and she died, sadly. And we keep surviving. I dropped the EX move now. Every crit that happens with the explosions now is absolutely magnificent. So it will help us ramp a lot of damages. And I'm just using the C2 of Michelangelo. Why I'm having so much combo meter? Because we have the talent in the tree that every trigger that happens give us combo meter. So we're getting a lot of combo meter. And Michelangelo, of course, survives. Just start with his super. You don't need to worry about anything else. We're gonna get the vortex underneath our Bisons, and they will explode massively. And here we go, auto attack, and we still. And now I use the super from Michelangelo just to get more vortex. As you see, vortex upon vortex, damages upon damages, which is absolutely fantastic. And here we got. This is how we got our high score with this lineup. So these were the numbers, these were the stats. If you want to copy the teams, these are the teams that I'm doing. Again, if you want to do Visconde Vega, do it slow. Don't let 2 vortex from Overlord Bison to go underneath him. If you don't want to use Zangief on this lineup, you can use it on different lineups. Don't use it with Overlord Bison and Bison. Use it with, either with the TMT or Visconde Vega, just to mitigate the damage so you can deal more damage with these lineups. And I wish you all the luck. I'm saying that because you might have Flame Chun, and Flame Chun, you will use her with the C2 here, so you will not use Zangief, so you're gonna get more scores on every lineup. And yeah, that was basically it, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.
Time to fight, time to fight.